Welcome pile 1. You chose this skull painting. We're gonna start with this, the Haters Exposed deck. I'll put this over here where I can see it. And let's shuffle this up real good. Do halves and halves and then halves together. Haters Exposed. For you. Picking the skull. Picking the skull. Alright, Haters Exposed. What do we got? Let's do 2. And 2. Well, this one caught my eye. I like to do 3 from this deck at a time, personally. And where's our other one? Oh. You know, it's always with hiding with this deck, trying to hide. Pile 1. Tell me they're haters. You know what? I'm feeling a 4th one. That one. Alright. Okay. Set those here. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and start with this and see where it leads us. Competition. Always trying to one-up you. Hate tweets towards you. Petty birds tweet tweet. Blocked heart chakra. Issues, intentions, affection, balance, beauty, compassion, empathy, healing, love, mindfulness, nurture relationships. Causing you to act. It says of character, but pretty sure it means out of character. Irrational emotions and mood swings. Alright. Well, they have a blocked heart chakra. I love how obvious these are, right? Like, oh. Well, this definitely looks human so far. Causing you to act out of character, irrational emotions, and mood swings. So it's a person that knows how to push your buttons. Knows how to manipulate, get you to act out of character. Or the stress that they're putting you under is causing you to act out of character. It could be that they're really getting at what stresses you. It's triggering you. Always trying to one-up you. Alright. Well, this, you would think it would be obvious, but you never know. Sometimes our enemies are hidden. But since it's saying competition and they're always trying to one-up you, a lot of times that does happen right in front of your face because you'll be right there and they're trying to one-up your story and everything is about them and whatever you did, they have something to tell centered around themselves. They go, oh, well, this happened to me, and, you know, always trying to make themselves look like, you know, they're the one. I'm the main character. I've had more stuff happen. I'm a better person. I've been through worse. I've done better. On and on. So it's likely you've encountered this in person because most of the time this happens in front of your face. With people who are always trying to one-up you, a lot of times happens in front of your face. Not a guarantee, but they have a tendency to always do it and not really hide it because they don't actually really realize that it could be seen as a bad thing. They're just trying to basically talk about themselves. Most of the time they don't see anything wrong with that. Alright, so let's do significator. 1, make sure I got them all. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, 12 are there, which means everybody's in the pile. Let's get a significator. Like, you probably already know, but what's Spirit going to say about their personality here? How's they going to be described? Feeling like I need to move these around some more. Do some more shuffling. And then maybe just pull off the top. This feels like a pull off the top kind of thing, maybe. Oh, this one. This is the one. Along with this significator, let's go ahead and get some more attribute cards. I've got this, I made it. It's attributes. These are very stiff. It's blank cards with vinyl sticker paper, so. Oh, okay. Well, that popped out, so there you go. Now we're gonna shuffle these others together. And we will choose 3, because from this deck, I like to choose 4 when I use it. Alright. And we haven't even turned over the significator. We'll leave her first, that for a surprise. Alright. Shuffle out. These ones also stick because they are made from vinyl sticker paper and blank cards, which, by the way, you can do too. You want to make your own deck? I printed the sticker paper. Looks pretty nice, you know? Yeah, I made this design too. I made this design. It's mine. I forgot to add that. Okay, attributes of this person who is the hater of which is being spoken. Competitor, petty tweet, petty bird. Okay. And we will move that. And, you know, I'll get you some letters. I got letters here. How many should we get? Well, it's a pick a card. Who knows how many people are watching? Let's do 3. Let's do 3. So we're going to draw 3 of these. It's going to be letter. Do letters at the end and stuff. Okay. This one. This one. For some reason, I'm thinking about theater kids hiding out in the closet, doing whatever it is they, but I mean that in like, at my high school, I had a friend who sometimes would lock himself in the closet with a very big Sharpie. One of them big old ones. You know how sometimes kids go off in there to do stuff. Why am I thinking of theater kids being... Anyway, that just came to me. I don't know why. Yeah, just hiding out, being dumb. Not really anything. I don't mean that in a serious way, right? I mean it... Anyway. Okay, let's set these here and let's look at your significator for your hater. Queen of Clubs. Alright, well, so this describes a woman with dark hair and dark eyes. In the non-physical sense, it describes a woman who is hostess with the mostest. She can run her house, she can run her business, she can do mimosas at brunch, she can host bunko, right? So we got that. Now, we got unhappy. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, angry. Telling the truth. Lying. You know, I was just thinking, it's so nice when these things all actually don't contradict each other. But you know what? And then these two come out together, and I am reminded that people often contradict themselves in the most confusing ways, and how frustrating it is. But that is because you will treat your friends differently. Okay, look. Some people are going to treat everyone equally for the most part. Friends, those they don't like as much, those who consider themselves an enemy, right? Says a lot about you as a person if you're someone who will treat people with equal respect, whether you like them or not. And then you have what I have found to be how most other people behave, which is they have a different set of rules for every person, or for every group of people in their mind. You've got people who will treat everyone pretty equally. Then you have people who will treat everyone different based on what group they're in their mind. They treat friends one way, enemies another, and there can actually be a very big disparity between the two, which is kind of confusing in a way to someone like myself. But all right. I ended up being very close associates with someone who was like that. They were engaging in clearly what became over time to be clearly immoral behavior. And when I kind of asked him about it and said, well, do you realize this might actually be like, like this, there could be lying, there could be cheating. They were like, I don't care, because I'm not getting hurt. I'm getting what I want. And this other person, I don't know them. I don't give a shit. Okay, so there's people out there like that. You might be dealing with a person like that. They might lie to some and tell the truth to others. Isn't it funny how that happens? A person can choose to lie sometimes and not others, tell the truth sometimes and not others. I know, it's so confusing, isn't it? And there's my dog. So we don't see anything coming up about like getting an amulet, dark energies, so that's kind of a good thing. Hate tweet towards you. They didn't say anything about jealousy. So I don't think you need to, you can wear an evil eye if you like, nothing wrong with that. But it looks like there's just some kind of unscrupulous person. Alright, so your letters are T, D, and R. So, alright. Doesn't say much to do about it. What can you do about it? What can you do? Well, you know what? From experience, and I know this would come out too. What can you do about it? There's not really anything to do about people like this, because you're not going to change them. They're going to have to decide to change if they want to change and quit doing that. But they're getting you act out of character. They're getting irrational mood swings, right? Look, if they are setting you off, there's nothing wrong with taking space. You don't gotta be around them all the time. If, unfortunately, you do, because you live with them or something, well, then I encourage you to find solace where you can. In your own bedroom, or at a park, If it's someone you live with, then you burn that sage and cleansing incense or what have you. Get a mirror and set your intention to drive things that are going to mess with you in a negative way away. And if you don't live with them, take you some space, man. You got the right to watch out for your own peace. They're talking shit about you online anyway. I don't think that's the kind of person that you really need to be friends with anyhow. And if you're already not friends with them, then go ahead and just block them. Don't even have them on your social media. Get rid of their number on your phone. Just be done with it. So, alright, well that was your reading. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Welcome, Pile 2, to your reading. You chose this nice scene with some trees and a nice blue sky. Let's set that over there. And let's start with the haters deck. You know what? I'm going to do these together. And these together. And then these together. And there it goes. Okay. Now you're sticking. That's what. We're not taking them yet. Okay. 2 stacks. This is one. Yeah. Let's put this here. Nice trees. Nice trees. Haters exposed. So who chose this pile and which ones? Which ones? This one. One more. One more. This one. Let's see what we got here. You cut them off and they're still watching. Ooh. Seek someone to perform or learn to do a hex-breaking ritual. Unexplained freak accident. Oy. Alright. Well, this one's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Perform or learn to do a hex-breaking ritual. If you don't know somebody that can do that in person, ooh, well, that's... I don't like that it says that, but that's what it's saying. It pulled it out. I didn't exactly know what was in there, but okay, hex-breaking ritual. What can we do to help you out with that? Give me one more. This one. Return to sender backfired on them. Okay. You cut them off, they're still watching. Someone perform or learn to do a hex-breaking ritual. Return to sender backfired on them, huh? That's interesting. How can a return to sender backfire? I'm not quite familiar with, well, I am and I am not. Give me a minute here. Alright, so this is someone who thought they were in the right. They thought they had been wrong. They thought they were a victim. And really, they kind of orchestrated their own issues, their own bits of nastiness. They were blaming someone else, maybe blaming you, feeling like someone else's bad juju surely had to be the cause of their problems. And it wasn't. It wasn't. I think they had something freaky happen to them. They had what they consider to be an unexplained freak accident. They just were so unnerved by it. I guess this is the kind of person who's just ready to believe that there's something out there working against them. They can't see how many of their own troubles they cause. They can't see why others might get ahead, why things might work out for others is because of the decisions that others make or virtues that they may have. They're a little bit stuck in themselves. So what you have is somebody looking for a magical enemy. They may be sending energies and casting out willy-nilly. I feel like this is preemptive. I honestly kind of feel as though this is defensive advice, not necessarily that it's already got to have been done, but I feel like it's like a proactive defense thing. I feel that this person may eventually graduate to trying to actually throw a hex. When their return to sender doesn't work and it backfires on them, which it's saying that it did, they're going to get more desperate, they're going to feel more attacked, and they may try to outright do a magical attack. They may try to outright do a spell. So I feel like this is proactive, preemptive. That it's something to have in your pocket already. Like, get it, learn it now, figure it out now, have it in your back pocket. Because at the same time that you're learning to do this, generally while you're looking up this same kind of stuff, it's also going to show you defensive things. And some of the rituals are regular timed ones where it says something like, well, do these every so often, you know, as like a spiritual hygiene cleansing thing. So I feel like this is preemptive. I feel like they're still a little bit wacky, like confused right now, but they're going to feel like when their stuff doesn't work, they're going to jump to, oh, well, so-and-so sent that back again, and I'm going to just do an attack, or they're going to feel more distressed and more vulnerable, so they may graduate to trying or attempting some kind of malicious works. So, okay, let's see, there's that. I almost want to be like, alright, well, there you go. Learn to do. Let's get you a significator about this person. And I'm going to do a twisty twist. We're going to do a twisty twist. Shuffle it up. Significator. Alright. Significator for, let's make sure of that. Yep, recording. Let's make sure. Okay. I feel like it needs to shuffle more. You know, I don't know why they put someone looking through fairy lights for unexplained freak accident. Well, look at this. You can do anything. Your image doesn't even have to make sense. You can have your own oracle deck. And look at me talking. I made an oracle deck. I don't even have pictures on the other side. Okay. This one. Jack of Clubs. You know what? I'm going to check their personality traits in the book real quick because I actually don't get many Jack of Clubs. Or, well, I had been reading mostly for myself. Okay, friendship may represent a friend, conversation, exchange of ideas, serious discussion between close friends. If you've asked someone for help, it's a supportive friend who is able to lend you money, listen to problems, or cheer you up. Can denote someone's thoughts, in this case a dark man. Reliable, kind of straightforward. Practicality and patience are positive assets. Help him realize his dreams and achieve ambitions. So, wow, y'all had some shit happen. I guess. Must have, which it happens. You know, things happen. It's alright. I think this is someone who's confused. They're probably not feeling too good about how things ended. And now they're feeling unlucky. Okay, well that popped out. We're gonna let it stay because, I mean, it flipped. So I'm still gonna pull 4. I usually pull 4 from this. I'm gonna consider that like a bonus clarifying one. Okay, move these over here. Yeah, this can go over here for now. Alright, well you got the Jack of Clubs spooked. intentions. Uh-oh. Laid back. Refuses to accept reality. Okay. It's looking like someone who loved you or was in love with you. I'm getting either ex-boyfriend or rejected you as a boyfriend from the start vibes. I'm not trying to say that, I don't know if rejected is the right word, but it's either somebody who, you know, wanted to date you and you said no, or you did date and now you're done. They were a good friend. Good enough. Or good enough until things went bad. Things went on long enough that you didn't like their intentions. I mean, this is very straightforward. Bad intentions, refuses to accept reality. This strikes me as the kind of person who thinks y'all didn't work out, or it didn't work out for them, or your relationship, whatever it was, didn't work out because of outside forces, not because of anything they did. They may be continuing to seek you out for the wrong reasons, right? They love you, they desire you, right? But some people want people because they want to feel like they have control over them, or as though that person belongs to them in some way, that they have some kind of power over them, and it's something to bring them of feeling good about themselves, or a power, or a status, or what have you. Some people see certain relationships as things they can brag and show off about. They don't accept that things didn't work out for organic reasons. They think that there was magic or a curse or a hex or something involved. They think something out there must be working against them, because surely this didn't happen organically. You know, there's an enemy, there's a reason. That's obviously not them. Well, it didn't work out organically. They are not seeing that, though. So, happy and laid back. This is obviously how they act and feel when they're not wrapped up in their own conspiracy theory of the universe conspiring against them, or other people conspiring against them. And this very well could be the qualities that led to a friendship, leads them to have friends, is that in general they're pretty happy, pretty laid back. But they do have ulterior motives at times. They can be very selfish and self-centered. So, again, physically this would indicate a person with darker hair, darker eyes. But this is going to be someone who's stable and reliable. But their intentions may not be altruistic, and they may not do things for the right reason. They can be happy, they can be laid back, but they can also be very self-centered. So, that's what we got on that. Let's see, get you some letters. This is the letters. Oh, well, this one came out, so that's going to happen. And we will choose from these other ones. Choose the letters. What letters for this pile? This one and this one. All right. Your letters are T, J, and M. So those are your letters. Alright, well, this was your reading. I hope it was helpful, entertaining, or both. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Welcome, pile 3, to your reading. You chose this lovely vase with the nice white flowers. So we're just going to set this over here, and I'm going to start with the haters deck. Let's get this all nice and shuffled. Like to shuffle the halves and then shuffle them together. We have a shuffling machine. I don't think this size fits. It's not quite the same. But I think about it sometimes. Yes, I do. Think about it sometimes. Alright. Pile 3. Just move your picture back here. Pile 3. Haters exposed. Haters exposed. Alright. Yeah, this one. This one, and this one. Okay. Let's see what we got here. They will play victim once they know they're losing. Fake spiritualist. Causing you to lose your appetite. Okay, let's move these a little further up. Let's get a significator. Signify this person. And you know what? Let's do the twisty twist. Boom. Alright. Oh, okay, that a lot popped out. We cannot take them all. No, we cannot. Let's focus. One, please. No hiding. Don't hide. You're gonna hide in the crowd. They're gonna hide in the crowd. They're gonna try and hide their intentions and get lost in the sauce and keep everybody looking every other way so you don't see it's them. Then once they figure it out, they're gonna be like, oh, I didn't do anything. Everybody's misunderstanding me. No, they're not. Alright, let's see who we got. Boom. Oh, the Jack of Hearts. Alright. I'm gonna double check something in here. Because if I remember correctly, there is actually Alright, come on. Yeah, so this is someone who alright, this is going to be somebody that you're kind of close to. This is a lover type. It may be somebody that you actually are kind of interested in or had a crush on at one point, or, you know, love them in a friend way, but it's, they're not, they're closer to you, a little bit closer to your heart. They're actually a little bit closer to your heart. It's someone a little bit closer to you. You may actually have a lot of affection for them, but they are the fickle lover type. They're not really reliable. Oh boy. This is just someone causing, like, honestly, I feel like this is just someone, they're just causing drama. They're unreliable, they're flirtatious, but it doesn't really mean anything. So, not necessarily a hater. More like a lover who actually loves themselves more. Casanova type. They like to flirt, but it's pretty shallow. They're pretty fickle. It doesn't really mean all that much to them, but they might mean something to you. Fake spiritualist, well, it just means that their bark is not as big, their bite is not as big as their bark. However that phrase goes. They're bluffing about a lot of stuff. They may kind of pretend to be more spiritual than they are. They may do things that you would assume show a depth, but are really, they're actually not experiencing it deeply. They're just doing it shallowly, you know, like lip service kind of a thing. Causing you to lose your appetite. Well, if they're upsetting you, yeah, it could be making you lose your appetite. Since I don't see any, like, bad juju cards, I'm taking this to mean that the emotional turmoil you're experiencing, thinking about it, or overthinking about it, or dwelling on it, is making you lose your appetite. I would just say it's probably not really worth it to think too much on this person. They might be dear to you, but honestly, you're not as dear to them as they are to you. And they're just kind of a flirt. They'll cause trouble. They may even try to cause trouble between women because they think it's interesting, or potential partners. This could be any gender. They may just like to cause trouble between potential suitors because they like to see people fight and get jealous over them, and they think it's funny. They don't realize the kind of damage and stress it can cause to other people. They just think they're just entertained. So, wow. Alright. I almost don't even... Alright, let's see. Let's pull some of these. Get some clarity on their characteristics. Set this over here. Alright, clarity on their characteristics. Let's do this. And then this. Okay, clarity on this Jack of Hearts, on this fake spiritualist, on their characteristics. This Jack of Hearts, give us some of their characteristics and their attributes, please. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay. How's our Jack coming up? Angry. Wants to hinder. Working on themselves. Laid back. You know, isn't it funny how some of these seem contrary, but did you know how complicated people can be and how twisted up they're like? You can be two opposite things at once. It seems that way. People contradict themselves all the time. I think that's why it can get so confusing for people, for all of us, really. Okay, so they're angry. I don't know about what. They want to hinder, which this doesn't necessarily come up a lot, but it means that they are not looking to help others climb up the ladder. Based on what I've gotten so far, this seems like the kind of person that just does not want other people to do better than them. They don't want to get better. They just want to make sure no one else, like, they want to keep others at their level. They're not really thinking about, okay, well, you know, what am I doing? Although, it does say they're working on themselves. So, they might be working on themselves, but they are just not going to want other people to be better than them. They want to be the winner. They want to, like, you're in a race, they want to, like, push you aside. They want to, like, tie your laces together. Angry. They've got something to be angry about. Laid back. You'd think these two couldn't go together, but they can. You treat people differently based on who they are. Some people will be perfectly respectful to their family and coworkers and then go shopping on the weekend and absolutely rip the cashier a new one, right? It depends on the person, right? This person may actually be angry, but they don't take it out on people who have any sort of standing or power in their life, right? If it would affect them, they're not going to do it. But they do want to, and play victim once they know they're losing. Yeah, this is the kind of person who's like, oh, everybody's misunderstanding me, you know? No. Well, it is good that they're working on themselves, though. But they do want to hinder. This is going to mean, like, in general, but also you. They're angry about something. Laid back. Curious what they're angry about. Curious what they're angry about. What can we use to find out? What are they angry about? I know. It says working on themselves and angry. This is an evolution and growth deck. So, what are they needing to work on now? Right? What are they needing to work on now that they're angry? Why they're angry? Oh, excuse me. Passion ignited desire. Live with passion by stepping into what feeds your soul and gives you joy. Make room for this in your life. The universe responds by creating opportunities that support your soul's purpose and passion. Okay. They're angry. Passion ignited. Live with purpose. Clarify this for us a little bit. Alright, you're saying this person is angry because they need to make room for opportunities, for new opportunities. What feeds feeds into your soul. Family dynamic. Family requires time to heal issues that have created a wedge or unrest. Okay. They're angry because they have an unhealthy family dynamic. It's pushed them into not being their authentic self or squishing down their authentic self. And that can cause a lot of problems. So they're not really in touch with who they are as a, like, just their inner self. They're not really in touch with it, and they have their family dynamic needs some work. So it's family of origin issues. That's why. Okay, well, that was your reading. Hope it was entertaining, helpful, or both. Thank you for watching. Until next time.